All right, the day has come. It is time to start cutting hay. Carlos has been over there this morning cutting hay. I'm gonna go relieve him in the afternoon. We have most of our tractors already over there. The cutter's over there, obviously. The tedder's already over there. We gotta haul the balers and then some of the grapple tractors over there. You'll see them right there, right there. And then the round baler, I'm not sure if we're gonna take that just yet. I wanna go take a look at the field, see if we're gonna round bale any of that. I really don't want to, because some of the fields over here, we have to round bale, so we'll have plenty of round bales. So we'll see. Not too sure on the round bales yet, but let's get over there, look through the cutter, kind of go through it a little bit, and start cutting some hay. It's about a 50-acre field, about half of it's cut, so I'll finish cutting the rest. It'll probably take me about 4 or 5 hours. So we'll hop on in, take a look at it. The hay looks great. One of the spots that was cut. It looks really nice. It's gonna make some good square bales for us. So you can see, remember, as I told in the last video, the bottom starts to get a little brown. That's when you know it's ready to cut. It's still a little moist, but it'll be okay. I'm not too worried about it. As I was walking to the hay cutter, I literally found the spot where our pivot system broke from the last video. Look at this. Look at this huge hole. Huge hole. Tons of hydraulic oil and stuff. This is literally where the gearbox broke, right here. That's where it stopped. The wheel dug into the ground. Pivot system kept moving, bent the system all the way up. Literally where it broke. I just stepped on it. 50-acre field. I just stepped in the hole. All right, so we got the 4455. Got the Kuhn cutter. This is like a new cutter. This is our second season with this one. I'm sorry. Second season with the Kuhn cutter. It's in great shape. It's got brand new teeth on all of them, as you can see. Those are in really good shape. We just put brand new ones on it. It's cutting great. The only problem with cutters is when they're not cutting great, you won't know until after you bale, and you'll see huge streaks everywhere on your field. Get in front of it, take care of it, and then you won't find out after that you need to replace the teeth or you got something bent and stuff like that. So it's always good to take a look at it before you start, make sure everything's good. Like to run about 2,000 RPMs in that range. Depending on how thick the grass is, depends on the gear. We'll start with about 7th gear and go from there, but we could probably get a little higher than that. Go ahead and drop it. Usually if you run that right tire right on the edge of your last cutting, like it is right now, that'll give you the perfect angle and give you the maximum cut. So this is one of our fields that we have a pivot system in, obviously. So it's gonna be one of our more rough fields because there's a lot of the dips and dumps in it, which isn't great. But it's not too bad. Everything seems to be running pretty good still. So let's get after it. Forgot to grab my headphones. Much better. So this shows you about how tall this is, right next to this cut edge. Really nice hay though. Got a hair long, but it's all right. It'll make a ton of square bales though. Like I said, 50 acres. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to do the math on how much that should make, how much we're looking at. But this being this tall and this thick, should be a really good cutting, so I'm excited. So we got the side where the pivot system was sitting cut. So now we're moving it over. As you can see, that's how fast it goes. It's pretty slow. But moving it out of the way so we can finish cutting that one spot where it was sitting. All right, that was a good day one of cutting. Tomorrow we'll end up running the rest of the equipment, probably the baler, maybe a few grapple tractors, end up running those over to that field also. So we cut that field today, so tomorrow we will tether it, and the next day we will bale it. So tomorrow I'll do some tethering. We'll actually go over there. The video's not done. It's done for today for me, but for you guys, we'll get to some tethering. That field, so tomorrow we'll tether that field and we'll actually be cutting another field. So for the next few weeks, there's probably no days off, 2-3 weeks till we can get everything cut and baled because everything's ready to cut. So it's gonna be a grind here in the next few weeks, probably be super busy. So let's go to bed, wake up, and we'll start tethering some hay. All right, day 2, pretty tired. Been staying up late. Stayed up late last night getting videos ready for this channel and our other 2 channels. It's gonna become slightly overwhelming during hay season like we are right now, but we'll get through it. Don't worry about it. So today we got Carlos cutting the Tifton field right next to our farm. This is probably about a 35 acre field. Unsure if we're gonna just round bale it all or maybe throw in a few square bales. We typically don't square bale too much Tifton. It's a good round bale hay, so we'll see. Well, everyone needs square bales though, so we might square bale it. We're gonna think about it. So this looks great. This is some really good looking Tifton. It looks fantastic. I thought it was actually gonna be a little long. It's not. It's actually cut at the right time. Looks great. This is gonna produce a lot of Tifton too, so excited about that. We'll have him cut that, which means it'll be ready to bale in 2 days. We'll tether this tomorrow. Our tether is at the coastal field, or one of our coastal fields, 20 minutes away. So I want to run over there, start tethering. It's the field we cut yesterday, which was earlier in the video. So I want to go tether that. That'll be ready to bale tomorrow. Start moving some tractors over to that place as well. Got a lot of tractor moving going on too, with some of our fields not being so close together. So let's run over there, start tethering that, and then see where we go from there. While we're on the drive over there, if you guys don't mind, just scroll down just a little bit and give the video a thumbs up. I try not to say it too much, but it really does help the video and the channel, so I would appreciate it. Let's get to tethering. All right, we're here at the field. It looks great. I wish the sun would come out to try and help kind of dry everything up. For those of you that don't know what a tether is for, we'll quickly go over it. So a tether is basically just that. It's to help dry the field. So when you cut the hay, it lays it flat like so. So the tether basically is all it's gonna do is just flip this over and spread it out, get some air underneath it, let the stuff on the bottom that's been kind of sitting more moist and damp because it's not exposed to the elements, kind of expose that to the elements, let it dry up. Helps if the sun would come out, but if it doesn't, this still helps, does a lot. If the field is really thin and the grass isn't like thick or wasn't high when you cut it, you really don't need to tether it. So right here it's not too bad, but there towards the middle of the field where we really got the good irrigation and stuff, we'll definitely have to tether that. I'll just tether the whole field, makes it easier. So we have a string inside the cab of the tractor, right here. And what that does is it pulls these 2 levers right there. And what that does is then you activate the hydraulic system that allows it to unfold. So we're gonna hop inside the cab right now, unfold it, and get started. So when you have it in working mode, it kind of tilts these discs forward a little bit, puts these prongs on the ground, and basically all it does when you activate the PTO, you spin really fast, and it throws the hay behind you. So I'll show you what it looks like. Let's get started. Give it a good RPM. So doing this, you can about drive as fast as the field lets you. So if you got a rough field, you kind of got to take it a little slower just because you don't want to bang your equipment up and yourself. If you got a really smooth field though, I mean, you can get after it. You can put it in 10th, 11th gear and get after it. So shouldn't take us too long. You can take about 2.5 cuttings with one row of your tedder. So it takes about a third of the time as cutting a field, so it goes pretty quick. So I'm gonna tedder everything on this side of the pivot first, as you see it right there. Kind of a pain in the rear, but once we get this side teddered, then we'll move the pivot back over to what already has been teddered, and then get that side. All right, we're down here by some of the more thick stuff, and you'll see why this is essential. So we flipped it over, and you got pieces like this that are still very, very clearly wet and damp, and wouldn't be ready to bale tomorrow. So I haven't teddered this yet. It looks great, but you flip it over, and you'll find some spots that are still very, very wet. You can see the real dark green to it. That's still wet. We'll get into moisture and all that when we start baling, probably next video, of what moisture we like, if it's too moist, why we can't bale, stuff like that. So this is why we tedder. All right, so that wraps up that. Cut more fields, tethered that field. Should be ready to bale tomorrow, so next video will be us baling. Hopefully we don't have no issues. First baling of the season for our tractors. They're all ready. We need to transfer them. We'll probably end up doing that tomorrow. Just early in the morning, transfer everything. We can't bale in the morning anyways because of the dew. So we got all that to do. Should be the next video. So if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up like always. I would appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you are not. It's free. Just do it. Why not? And until next time, bye.